It's not a walkthrough, playthrough, review, anything like that. It's just me playing the game badly so you can see what it looks like. Okay then, this is Street Fighter 3 on the Pandora's Box 4S. I never played this in the arcades. I don't know what I'm doing at all. It's got lots of weird stuff on it and I just don't know. I don't know what any of that means. But it's visually very interesting. Totally different to what I'm used to with Street Fighter 2, but obviously still Street Fighter, which is cool. Can I do anything with it? I don't know. Yeah, well, I can do those. Can't do a whole lot else except kick her in the face. I still don't know what he says then. Who cares? Well, she's not doing a lot. I'm not on two-player mode, am I? Am I on two-player? No, it is. I thought she's gone to sleep or something. She's just not trying, or wasn't trying. Maybe it is tuned to the player's ability, perhaps, so it realises it's playing a completely inept, useless twit, so it's got the difficulty turned down. Maybe, I don't know, but oh, go away. Alright, it's suddenly decided to start trying. Oh, bitch! Ass! This is cool. It is good. There's something about this. It's very fluid that I just... What's that badger doing? Did it just piss up my leg? Take your badger and bugger off. It's distraction move by wild animal. Yeah, you get back over there, missus. Oh. Oh. Chucking your little glass shards at me or whatever. Oh, nasty. Yeah. That. Oh. Yeah, what? Yeah. So you can play that game. Hey-o. Get thee over there in the corner and have a nap. Am I winning? Great art on this. I think that is the thing. It's got a really distinctive art style that is... It is a good development, you know, from original Street Fighter. Is it more like Street Fighter Alpha? I never actually played that. What is she? God almighty. Oh God. What? Whoa. I certainly do. Mike, what? She fell off a cliff. We fell off a cliff. Ah, get off. I don't know what's going on. Oh God almighty. It won't matter that I don't know pretty soon. She's just going to hammer me. Hello. Oh God. Shut up, Max. No one asked you. Oh my God, that didn't last long then, did it? What's that geezer doing in the background? And why has he got CDs for earrings? We've got dogs being arseholes in the room here. She's looking quite pleased with herself. Okay, that is Street Fighter 3 on the Pandora's Box 4S with a dog standing under the tripod. He's going to probably knock the thing over in a moment. Yeah, love it. Thank you for watching. Hello. Today's question is from NeoZed1964. Link to his channel down there. His question is, for video answer, does playing on a flat screen bother you due to lag? The very, very short answer to that is no. Thank you for watching. No. I don't know if it's because this is a particularly good telly. Probably not. It's an old, for flat screen LCD, it's pretty old, Sanyo. I don't know if you can see that there. It says it. Yes. It's that old. It doesn't do 1080p. This thing does 1080i at best. Hence, slightly flickery image on Gran Turismo Sport video. But it's good because it's got lots of inputs. It's got like 2 SCART, 2 is it 2 HDMI? It might just be 1. Not sure, but I've got a hub thing. Loads of inputs, PC input, RF, oh god, loads, RGB type things, loads of inputs, which is great for plugging retro hardware into. Which is why I've never bothered to get a more modern TV that'll do like 1080p or 2K or 4K or God knows whatever else. They're up to 8K now, aren't they? Lag, I have never noticed it, is the short answer. It might be that it lags, but I don't notice. Now, before I got this, I was playing PS3 games on a CRT TV. I was playing it in like your standard definition 520p. And it didn't look great, but I didn't know any different because that's what I was used to. But switching from a CRT to this, I didn't notice any difference whatsoever. This has a gaming mode, but that's more about the colours that it uses than bypassing any filtering and stuff and processing. It is actually quite possible that this doesn't do any processing, so it's not lagging. Maybe, don't know. But it's pretty low tech in terms of HD TVs, or almost HD. But the thing is, and I think this might be more of a factor, I grew up gaming wise. I started out with Atari 2600, fair enough, there's no lag on one of them, but ZX81 and Acorn Electron, lag, terrible lag, was a fact of life. You would press the button and pray that the thing would respond to your key press, because sometimes it just plain wouldn't, and you'd be sitting there hammering it and you would lose your life because it was working so hard, it was cycling through the code that it was not noticing that you were pressing the key. Somehow in between you pressing and removing your finger, it had already cycled through the bit of code that responded or recognised a key press, and so it either responded late or didn't respond at all. And when you've grown up with that and accept that as normal, that's just how games were on those computers, the millisecond or 5 or however many milliseconds you would consider to be lag on an LCD screen, it won't even register on my brain. You know, I play some crappy hardware sometimes, some of the cheap tap that I bought off of eBay just to review, multi-game handheld kind of things. They have lag that I become aware of, but I can still play it, and it's like, okay, well, you just pressed a button a fraction before you want to move. You adapt. And I don't find that a problem at all because of what I grew up with. So no, flat screen lag, I don't notice it if it's there, but if it is there, definitely isn't a problem. And I've played on a few flat screen TVs actually, and certainly the one at Andrea's place, because there's a PS3 hooked up to that, and I go there every day to look after the dogs, and it's definitely got processing and all kinds of stuff going on. Do I notice lag? No, no I don't. Visually, there's a lot of, well, debate maybe about scan lines on emulators, and people say, oh, doesn't it look so much better with the scan lines on? Reminds me of playing on a CRT TV. Nope, doesn't. It just doesn't. I grew up with CRTs and playing video games on them, and I'm telling you, they didn't look like that. So all of these fake artificial stuck-on scanline filters and whatnot, they just look rubbish to my eyes. So I don't use them. The CRT that I did most of my gaming on for the past, God, how long did I had it for 10 years, 20 years, I don't know, quite, no, it wouldn't have been, no, it probably was 20 years actually. I can't even remember who made it, but it was a bit rubbish. The image on it was not crisp, so natural anti-aliasing, shall we say, a little bit overdone anti-aliasing on everything, or you could say everything had a nice warm glow around it perhaps. It was all a bit soft, a bit fuzzy, it wasn't very clear, it didn't have a SCAR input, it had almost RF kind of inputs. If you didn't want to use the aerial socket, you had a video in and a mono audio in, which is kind of rubbish, and it gave a slightly better image, and I used that on my Amiga when I plugged my Amiga into it. Can you imagine using Workbench in high-res interlace mode, 640 by 512 interlaced? That was my home screen. Oh my God, did that hurt my eyes. But even then, it was never super crisp because the screen was just a little bit crap. So having used that kind of CRT for years, moving to this LCD, it's beautiful. I don't care that old games are perhaps a little bit too sharp. Mega Drive games, whatever, you know, the pixels are really, you can see the edges or whatever. Don't care. Give me those sharp edges and jaggies over that soft focus blur that I'd had for years. I do remember the monitors we had in school, in the computer room, because we had research machines 380 and 480Zs, and they were hooked up to, I think they were Cub monitors, I could be wrong, but you could see that they call it screen door, where you could see the red, green and blue pixels within the pixel, if you like. And I found that fascinating. I mean, crisp, yeah, but weird. And you don't get that as a filter effect on an emulator, and you don't get that on one of these, which is just as well really, because it was kind of ugly. Okay, I think that answers your question. Lag, don't notice it. Anyone else who's got a question who would like it answered on one of these videos, leave a question in the comments down there or wherever they put them if they choose to move them. Begin your question with for Q&A. That way I'll know you want it answering in a video and not just replied to in the comments. And I will get round to it. I'm working through a big long list of questions. They do all get answered unless you're asking one that I've answered already. Okay, think that'll do. Thank you for watching. Now I'm going to see who was texting me.
It says here Benway offers his thanks to those who subscribe to his Patreon account thing. Is that what he needs?